We uncover Australia's biggest car insurance scam.
That's $6,000 cash on the 13th.
Involving a fortune in bribes and kickbacks. Hello and welcome to Today Tonight. I'm Anna Corrin. Tonight, the hidden camera evidence from our 3-month investigation. It's a world of intrigue, cash, backyard deals, kickbacks and fear, where car repairers pay bribes to insurance company assessors to get their business thousands of dollars every week. In the middle, and still convinced its people aren't involved, the insurance giant Amy. Here's the video evidence they should examine more closely. Laura Sparks with our exclusive investigation.
They don't care about anything. They don't care about the safety of the people.
On one side, the repairer.
They just wanted the car to go in and out. They just wanted to get the kickbacks off the cars.
On the other, the assessor.
Kickbacks?
No,
For cars?
I don't know what you're talking about.
In the middle, the insurance giant.
The actual repairers are too scared of retribution.
Well, I don't accept that. I don't really
You're
accept
a
that
multi-billion-dollar company. What? I mean...
Not multi-billion.
OK, multi-million?
Well,
OK, you're a multi-million-dollar company. Why wouldn't they be scared of you?
Tonight, the investigation that lifts the lid on a blatant kickback scheme. The bribes that are bringing the car repair industry to its knees. If you think it doesn't affect you, you're wrong. What we've uncovered helps to explain why your car insurance premiums continue to rise and demonstrates how unsafe cars are being put back on the road.
And I'm totally ruined at the moment.
Sash Kolevsky has had enough. He's blowing the whistle on a scheme that's so brazen, it's hard to believe. He knows he's putting his future on the line, but he thinks it's time to talk, to highlight how our accident-damaged cars are pawns in a corrupt game played out on desperate car repairers across Australia.
3.5 years ago, they've asked me if I wanted to get more work into the workshop, or started getting workshop and more cars coming in. And they said, if you want to get more work in there, you got to start paying for the cars, otherwise they'll stop giving us cars for repairs.
When you say pay for it, who are you paying?
The assessors.
Directly?
Directly, yeah. I would pay between $3,000 to $5,000 a week.
And what would you get for that? 5
to 10 cars a week.
All of a sudden, business was booming for Sash. Cars from the local Amy Insurance Centre were lined up down the road. But it came at a cost to the young businessman who was new to the industry. Each week, Sash claims he would shell out kickbacks to this list of assessors. These checkbooks help tell the story.
As you can see, Laura, all the withdrawals, I explained, were all for spare parts and bills. But for the kickbacks, we just didn't know what to call them. We couldn't write just kickback on them, we just write down cash. Each week. I've got the 5th of the 4th, 2007.
So that was a Thursday?
That was Thursday, yeah. We've pulled out $8,000 cash. I've got the 27th of the 4th, 2007.
Another Friday?
Another Friday.
A week later?
Yep, for $7,000.
Another $7,000. So, Sash, that's $26,000 in 1 month that you paid to assessors for kickbacks?
Yes.
How many assessors?
About 7.
So, what, that works out to be about what?
About the $3,000, $3,500 a month. Sometimes they'll come at work, meet me at work, or one guy will come pick up for 2, 3 different people. Sometimes in parks, in pubs. I had to go sometimes at 10 o'clock at night to pay for the job so I can get some work in.
Why did you keep paying it?
Just to get work in, and I had to, otherwise they'll cut me off, and they said they'll cut me off all the work and I'll get nothing.
Sash claims this Amy assessor was one of the ringleaders. He was the man who made late-night phone calls, demanding cash drop-offs at local hotels. Here we see him visiting a smash repair shop after hours, fraternising with the owner.
And they'll come past after work at my house, they'll have a drink and they'll come and collect the money and off they go.
When we caught up with the assessor, he had a bad case of memory loss.
I don't know what you're talking about.
He claims that he has paid out $400,000 to you and other assessors
I don't know what you're talking about.
4 years.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Why would he make something up like that?
Can you get that camera away from my face, thanks?
And this is the most dangerous part of the scheme. Using the power they had over Sash, he claims they would encourage him to put unsafe cars back on the road.
I would quote on the car, for example, a power steering rack, and I used to quote for a new one. And
because the car needed it?
Car needed it. And they will say to me, oh, that part, just try to repair it and put it on the car, but the money, make sure you charge the insurance company the full amount as a new one, but I want the money to go to me instead of putting a new part in it.
So you're saying they were encouraging you to repair parts instead of replacing them?
To repair them.
To repair them. So
yeah,
you basically...
But charge them still for a new part to get the money and to give it to the assessors.
And they know very well that in some instances a family, a parent and their children will go out in that car and they know damn well that car will not be safe on the road.
The Motor Traders Association Chief Executive Officer James McCall congratulates Sash for turning the heat up on the grubby kickback system.
We know that this practice is widespread right across Australia.
Nationally, what percentage of repairers would be paying these kickbacks?
I would think probably 5 to 10%.
Why don't we hear about this more often?
The victims of these crimes will not talk because they know if they do, there will be retribution, they will be black banned, and the likelihood of their succeeding in business on an ongoing basis is diminished.
The problem here was the lock.
Richard Nathan runs Nathan's Prestige Auto Body Repairs in Sydney's northwest. He's one of the longest-serving and largest smash repairers in Australia.
The repairers are generally medium to small repairers, and I think they're quite concerned that if they put their head on the chopping block, someone might cut it off.
He believes the AAMI system of quoting provides fertile ground for corruption. They're the only insurance company in Australia that decides the repairer for the customer, using the preferred two-quote system. Usually, the cheapest quote wins.
We would believe that it's cost-driven. They see it's a way of getting economical repairs done.
Why don't the others do it?
I suppose, from my point of view, I would say they're more conservative. They have a slightly higher image, or believe they have.
Not so, says AAMI's Public Affairs Manager, Jeffrey Hughes.
I don't accept that any of our staff have been taking kickbacks, OK? So I don't accept that there've been any kickback paid.
So what's happened to Sash? Well, after nearly 4 years of kickbacks, he claims costing him $400,000, he stopped the payments. And guess what?